Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Sports and Superhero Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about sports and superhero entertainment news of the past week. I'm one of your hosts who was sick last week, so we didn't have a podcast. Still getting over it. Sammy, I do the superhero, and my co-host is Marcus. He does the sports. Say what's up to the people, Marcus.
What's up, people? First off, I want to say happy Jackie Robinson Day. Um, Shout out to Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier in baseball. So shout out to Jackie
Very
Robinson.
much so. Very much so.
My Jackie Robinson shirt for this episode. Show my respect.
42.
Show my love.
Yep. So yeah, like I said, this is a podcast where we just talk, give our opinions on the things we love. Me on the superhero side and Marcus on the sports side of the entertainment news from the past week. Give our thoughts and our opinions on things that we enjoy. Just two friends talking about shit. If you, I ain't mean to cuss that early. If you are new here, this is the first time it's happening. Usually it's Marcus that's cut to 2 minutes in, so he got me on that one. If this is your first time watching, we appreciate it. If you are continual watcher, we appreciate you as well. If you can, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, and share this out to friends, enemies, everybody you know, strangers on the corner. Go ahead and share. It helps us in the algorithm and all that good stuff. Still debating if we're gonna put an audio version out on Spotify. I haven't dabbled around enough with that, but yeah, you can also find us on all our social media and links down below: Instagram, TikTok, X, our Twitter, whichever one you call it. I think we even on Blue Sky. I think we're on there. I think I post on there. Even Threads too. You go check that out in the link down below to find all our social medias. You also can leave us a voice message. There's a link down below for that. Leave us voice messages about a minute long. Ask us anything, and as long as it's not no weird stuff, we'll probably answer it. But with that all being said, I had to catch up on a lot of episodes of shows because some reason they want to dump a whole bunch of decently good shows out right now. So there's a lot of stuff to watch. And I'm not just talking about superhero stuff. I got animes I'm trying to catch up to and regular TV shows. Side note, this isn't even about the podcast. This is me catching up with my Marcus. Did you see the latest episode of Abbott Elementary?
Yes. I was surprised.
You know what I'm talking about? That crazy. Yes. I was like, what are we doing here? So that was bonkers. Spoilers for anybody that hasn't watched this episode of Abbott. What's the name? What's the name? Are you breaking up? So that was that hit me hard.
Here's my thing.
Was there?
It was happening. It was happening, and then I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was kind of shocked. I was like, "Wait, did they break up?" And then I saw the commercial for the next episode, which would be tonight. And I was like, "Oh, they really
tonight? Okay."
I'm like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" I didn't like it. I
didn't like the reason why they breaking up. The whole not wanting to take an airplane. It's stupid. I get his character is supposed to be very frugal and factual, but it's factual to take a plane and enjoy most of your vacation. That just makes no sense. I guess yes, you got to spend money sometimes. I didn't like that, but
that was crazy for a different reason. I didn't like the reason why it happened, which I'm kind of hoping that because it's such a silly reason that they will get back together.
And, true. I hope so too. But let's get into what y'all came here to see. Let's go ahead and hit us with that first sports story, Marcus. Go ahead.
Oh shoot, man! I don't even know where to start. Drew, shoot, man. I'm gonna throw a couple.
I say we start with March. I say we start with the winners of that because it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that second though, because something else just happened. So
okay,
because I've had this one in the drafts for a minute. I'm talking about the WNBA. So a few weeks ago, WNBA, you remember last season, I was talking about they had to come up with a new deal, and if they don't come up with a new collective bargaining deal is gonna mess up their momentum. Well, a few weeks ago, they got it done. So under the new CBA, the salary cap will start at 7 million, up from 1.5 million last season. With the Supermax starting at 1.4 at with the Supermax starting at 1.4 million, the last year it was $249,244. The average salary will be around 600,000. Last year it was 120,000, and with the minimum salary surpassing 300,000. Last year it was $66,079. The average revenue share will be nearly 20% across the league of the deal. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said, the progress made in these decisions marks a transformation step forward for players and the league, and is underscoring a shared commitment to continue growth of the game. It's been a process, but we're very proud to be leading in women's sports. And these players are amazing, and we're going to have an amazing 30th season tipping off in May. Kathy, the commissioner, said that extended negotiations avoided any changes to the 2026 schedule. Training camp is going to open Friday or Saturday, April 19th, followed by preseason games April 25th, and the start of the regular season May 8th. And then the league will still hold a 2-team expansion draft. They are adding the Portland Fire and the Toronto Temple, and free agency for more than 100 players once the deal was settled. So they have a lot of players as free agents this season who's going to benefit for this new agreement that the WNBA made. So let's see. Dates that have been provided to the team in late February, according to a source, set the expansion draft for April 6th and free agency April 7th through the 18th, which is now. And then the draft was this past Monday, April 13th. The agreement comes 17 months after the players opted out the previous CBA in October 2024, and 5 months after the former deal was initially set to expire in October of 2025. Talks often became continuous over the past 8 months, and concern grew in weeks as both sides remained far apart. So yeah, they got it done. And since then, today Angel Wilson will be the WNBA's first ever. Angel Wilson, the WNBA's first 4-time MVP. She signed a 3-year, $5 million Supermax contract to stay with the Aces.
Oh wow, she getting paid.
Yeah, she's getting paid. So last year the Supermax was $249,000. This year is $1.4 million. And then, like I said, over 100.
Was it 5 years or 6 years that she signed?
5.
Is it 5 or 6? Okay.
5. No. Okay. 3. Sorry, 3 years, $5 million.
3.
3 years, okay. $5 million.
Okay, gotcha.
And then also, this is just me talking, but Angel Reese got traded from Chicago Sky to the Atlanta Dream. So just throwing that out there. The Sky got a 2027 and the 2028 first round pick. And for the record, Angel did not ask for a trade. But I did a story on that about how she got suspended for like half a game because she was talking in the paper about how she wanted to win and blah blah blah. The Chicago Sky is not a good organization as far as the
That's what I'm
basketball.
hearing.
It pains me.
It sounds like in both basketballs, in men's and women right now, they're not a really good organization.
No.
Sorry.
You are not. Don't talk about my team, okay? You don't. No. Don't do that. Okay,
I apologize.
What? Yeah, that was what I was about to say. It pains for me to say this, but the guy, the Bulls, and the White Sox are all run poorly right now. Only thing we got remotely going for us right now was for Chicago fans was the Bears played pretty decently last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a Cubs fan because I grew up on the South Side, so I would never root for the Cubs. But yeah, the Bulls and the Sky, boy, it is terrible. It's terrible. I'll just leave it at that because then I'm gonna start cursing up a storm. So I'm just leave it at that. But shout out to the WNBA. Okay. I'm glad they got that deal done, so it don't mess up their momentum. Yeah, they got some young, exciting players coming in the league. Oh, why can I remember that lady's name and what school she played for? Oh my God. Oh, she wears goggles. Oh, she is a bucket. Oh my God. I can't.
Did she? She didn't go to
I can't
Fighting Irish. Was she on that team?
No, she would. No, she didn't play for them. I got the WNBA here right here.
Because she got a fro, don't she? I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she is a bucket.
Oh, I think she stayed another season just because she was getting paid more in AIL money than she would have got in the draft.
Yeah. Shoot. Yeah,
because I can't help you at all. There's no way I can figure out how to find her name out. But I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh, there she goes. Oh, she went to Minnesota. She got drafted by Minnesota. Number 2, Olivia Mills.
Okay.
She is a bucket. I still don't know what school she went to. She's a bucket. Fly J got drafted by, where is she? 8th. She got drafted by Seattle.
Did she go number 1?
No, she went number 8.
Number 8, Jesus.
Yeah, Ozzie Fudd from UConn, Connecticut. She went number 1.
Okay.
She's good. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm surprised Flage went down so low. She's in the first round, but number 8, that seems kind of low.
UCLA, they had, let's see.
And they had like 3?
They had 2 players go in the top 5. 3.
Okay.
They had players go 4, 5, and 6 from UCLA.
4, 5, 6. Okay.
Yeah, 4 players in the top 10. UCLA did.
Well, I know they also are talking about adding more WNBA teams. I think they're supposed to be adding like 2 next season. 2? Okay. Okay.
I said that already, my guy.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
I think I was looking up when you said that, when you was reading out what the commissioner was talking about. I looked up female team sports salaries because she said they were the leader in women's sports, and I was like, is that true? Because I know them soccer females, they be making money, but yeah, it looks like basketball is the highest paid sport right now.
It's the Portland Fire.
Tennis is the highest paid athlete.
Tennis?
Yeah, tennis. Coco Jones is the highest paid female athlete.
Female. Oh, you talking about female athlete? Oh, I was gonna say I thought you talking
female
about.
athlete. Yeah.
I thought you talking about athletes. Period. I was like, hold on, soccer, boy, soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about female athletes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. But yeah,
Female
shout out to
athletes.
WNBA.
It's
I'm glad they got it done and they can keep their momentum going. It's only
definitely,
gonna get better.
yeah.
It's only gonna get better.
Yeah, keep pushing. I know I wasn't down on them for trying to do it. I was just like, from the stats, they haven't been profitable since they've started. So it's like, what are you fighting for if you're not profitable? Now they're getting more games on TV,
Mm-hmm.
sponsorships on those games, more TV contracts. So money is starting to come in. So I guess this is they struck where the iron was hot and it paid off for them. So congrats to them. Hopefully keep shooting to the stars, keep it moving going forward. I know Angel Reese's jersey sold out since she got traded to Atlanta. Her jersey sold out almost instantly. And
I'm
then
not
she
surprised.
was like, "Don't worry, y'all. I got my own merch." So she on top of it. She making her money. So she
Really.
making her money. I ain't even mad at her. She gonna do her thing. But I am gonna be a little bit interested in how her season goes in Atlanta because I think they got a couple of pieces to put around her. And it seems
That's
like
all she was asking
every
for in Chicago.
veteran, huh?
I said that's all she was asking for in Chicago. Put some pieces.
This
You
is
play to
true.
win.
Exactly. She knows how to win. She's won a championship. She's won a championship. So she knows how to win. So she's not here to just have fun. She want to get a W. She want to get a championship. She want to get some rings on them fingers. So I can understand that. And that's what you want of your players to want that. Hey, it's going to be interesting to see this next season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Um, okay. So speaking of changing of contracts, we got a trailer for someone's last kill, aka the Punisher's last kill. Marvel is doing a special presentation streaming movie for the Punisher. He's getting his own solo movie, which is going to be sandwiched between the end of Daredevil season 2 and the beginning of Spider-Man Brand New Day. In between those two things, May, I think 12th, they're having this special presentation on Disney Plus for this Punisher movie. It's a streaming movie. They put out a trailer today. It was kind of not today, but they put out a trailer. It was kind of quick trailer, and it's supposed to basically tell you what happened to Punisher after Daredevil Born Again season 1, because I'm not sure if we're gonna see him in season 2 or we're gonna hear about where he is. It's gonna tell us what happened to him from there and until Spider-Man. So it's gonna be kind of in the window of that. It looks interesting. I never watched the Punisher's show that Disney Plus did. I didn't watch those 2 seasons of that show. I think I watched one episode and I just never got into it. But this Punisher special movie is going to be rated R. So it's going to be blood, just like Daredevil Born Again. It's going to be bloody, shooting, all that good stuff. On top of that, I did watch the episode 3 and 4, I think it was. Let me see. Hold on. Let me double check. Oh, dang it. It's not right there where I can pull it up. Here we go. I watched episode 1 second. 4 and 5 of Daredevil season 2. Episode 4 is Gloves Off, and episode 5 is the Grand Design. I literally just finished the Grand Design like 20 minutes ago before we started the podcast. These were really good episodes. So, as you know, within this show, they were doing a boxing charity match with Kingpin, aka Mayor Fist, against another mayor from a different part of a different city. They were supposed to have a charity boxer match, and they've been just building that up to there. After Daredevil had freed the people that got imprisoned by Kingpin's task force. Uh, Also, swordsmen. They're on the run right now, and they're trying to hide them. But they got the guy that was on the ship that Daredevil sunk with all the rockets and stuff. The second mate came out of hiding, was like, "Hey, I heard you guys been looking for me, to Daredevil." And then they got his statement with a lawyer and everything, and they're getting evidence to try to, you know, say, "Hey, Fist is a crime lord. This is what's going on." Um, but in the midst of this, of course, Fist finds out that that guy is back out, and they find him. He gets killed, but he gets killed while the boxing match is going on. And they have this great opening scene of Bullseye going to a cafeteria and murdering all these task force members. It was pretty good, but Bullseye has it in his mind to set the balance of everything for killing Daredevil's friend Foggy. He's gonna kill Vanessa, and he ends up trying to kill her at the boxing match. He gets beat up, but he gets shot and hurt. He does hit Vanessa with like a thing in her temple, and she's bleeding on the floor. Kingpin's going crazy. Side note, at this boxing match, Kingpin is beating this other guy mercilessly. Like, you're supposed to be the mayor. Why would you beat this guy? Like, this is supposed to be a fun boxing match. It was very weird that he beat him so bad. Like, people were in the audience looking like, hold on, my guy, you're a little savage with this. This is a little too much. Uh, but so at the boxing match, Bullseye does stab Vanessa in the head. She goes down. She's bleeding everywhere. Daredevil grabs Bullseye and gets him out of there because he knows Kingpin was going to kill him. The task force was going to kill him and all that good stuff. Side note, Kingpin's like his people he's working in his mayor office, David. We've talked about him before. He keeps leaking information to BB, the lady that he kind of likes a lot. He's trying to be with her. He's really trying to be with her. He has to know, you need to stop, bro. She ain't into you. She using you. Stop it, bro. You messing up your thing. But he's at a certain point, he's giving her information because he has to realize she's using the information he's giving her and doing reports with it. So he knows the information he's leaking to her, she's using it. So stop doing it. He still does it. And I think he's getting to the point where he realized, like, man, I don't think she wants me. She's using me. And he's still giving in hope, but you gotta let it go, bro. She not into you. But in this episode of the Grand Design, it's a big flashback episode while Vanessa's on the table fighting for her life. They're flashing back to the first time her and Fist saw each other and met each other for the first time and their whole story. And it's interesting. It's a lot of flashbacks, and you see young Vanessa. They de-aged her, spent a lot of money on this de-aging. I don't think they need to do all that, but they did it. And you see Kingpin wrestling with the thoughts of losing Vanessa and how it's going to change him as a man totally with her not there, somewhat softening him up. They're trying to make you care for the Kingpin, and it's like, no, you a bad dude, my guy. You a bad dude. She's a bad girl. She's doing terrible stuff out here too. So it's not really like I feel for y'all. Y'all just doing destructive stuff, and then that's coming home to roost. So spoiler alert, she does die in the end of this episode. So we're gonna see an unhinged Kingpin now. He's gonna be out for blood. He's gonna want to kill Daredevil. He's gonna want to kill Bullseye. He's gonna go crazy in these streets. On the other hand of that, we see Daredevil trying to get away with Bullseye, and they're doing their own flashback thing where he's flashing back where him and Foggy kind of first started out as lawyers and where he understood the reason for mercy, a reason for a second chance, and the reason to fight for justice. everything that his in his soul wants him to kill Bullseye for killing Foggy, but he's like, Foggy wouldn't want me to do that, and this is what the lessons he's taught me to come back. It feels like they're using this instead of using his religion, which they used to do in the Netflix Daredevil show, where he would go have penances and confess why how he feels the way he feels, and he's battling law justice between street justice and right and wrong, and what's the right thing to do and what he wants to do as a devil. They're using Foggy as his new like angel on his shoulder to an extent, which I kind of get, but Daredevil's a very religious character. Why haven't you guys used that religion? Like, this is the first since episode season 1 of Born Again. I think this is the second time we've seen him at a church, actually. Besides him hiding out in part of the church, I think he is. But you see him actually in the church and praying. They need to get back to that. That's a big part of Daredevil's character, and that's how he navigates between law, being a vigilante, fighting for what's right, doing the right thing, and not going over the edge and murdering people. So I think they need to bring that back. But they have him reminiscing about Foggy, and we learn Foggy is one of the things that held him together to keep him on the right path of being a good lawyer and a good person and fighting for the downtrodden no matter what, even if they weren't great people. So that was an interesting flashback into that. But then Bullseye gets brought back to Karen at Punisher's old lair, and Karen's like, you can see in her eyes, she like, why you bring this dude here? I'm about to bust on this dude. So like, it's gonna be interesting to see in the next episode how she deals with coming face to face with Bullseye, the man that killed one of her closest friends. That's gonna be really interesting. As of right now, I'm still into the show. I know people were saying like this is like one of the best seasons of Daredevil since the Netflix season. I can't say that. I really like the first 2 seasons of the Netflix Daredevil. This is okay, but it's still not for me getting to that level yet. I think it's 8 episodes or 9 episodes. So we got like 4 episodes left. So we'll have to see. But let us know in the comments. Are you keeping up with Daredevil? Did you like it? Are you excited for this Punisher movie that is coming out? Let us know in the comments down below.
Uh, all right. So this is the last episode we talked about the Elite Eight for March Madness.
Yep.
So I'm gonna let you guys know who's in the Final Four and then give you the results of who won. So the Final Four was Connecticut versus Illinois and Arizona versus Michigan. Connecticut beat Illinois 71-62, and Michigan beat up on Arizona 91-73, which I was surprised by that. I didn't think Michigan would have cruised that easily as Arizona. So a final matchup was Connecticut versus Michigan. It was a good game. The whole game was good. Connecticut, UConn, they got a lot of offensive rebounds, which kept them in the game. Michigan, if I remember correctly, made like 3 threes, like the whole game. They didn't shoot the ball. Wow. No, correction. They made 2 threes. They were 2 for 15 from 3. Michigan was. And Connecticut was 9 for 33. Connecticut had 22 offensive rebounds. So that's what kept Connecticut in the game. And but Michigan pulled it out and won 69-63. It came down to the last minute and a half of the game is when you knew Michigan had it for sure locked up and won. Michigan star player, we talked about him, the kid who went back and stayed at Michigan, and when Kentucky tried to get him, Lindenberg. he did not have a good he didn't have an outstanding game. He was 4 for 13 from the field, 0 for 5 from three, and he finished with 13 points. But he had got injured the game before. He had stepped on somebody's foot, sprained his ankle, and he might have twisted his knee as well. So that first half, he was not. He was around the 3-point line, and I'm yelling at TV. I'm like, "Go to the basket," because he's a big he's a forward, and he had these guards guarding him. And I was like, man, he need to get in the lane. I mean, I'm saying this. I'm at a bar. Of course, he can't hear. I mean, even if I wasn't a bar, I'm talking to TV. He can't hear me. I'm watching TV. I'm like, he needs to get to the lane. Anyway, second half, he finally got. He started going in the lane, and then that's when he started to score a little bit more. They said he only finished with 13. But shout out. It was a good game. Shout out to Michigan, national champs. Go Blue. As Michigan faithful say when they're talking about their team.
Mike wasn't happy about it, was he? Because I know he's Michigan State guy. He's not a regular Michigan.
He's Michigan everything.
Okay.
I'm mad you broke him up because he has this shirt. And I hate this shirt that he has. Because on one side it's Michigan. The maize. I apologize if I get this wrong, Michigan fans. Maize and blue, or fuck it, it's blue and yellow. And one half of the shirt, and then the other half is Michigan State, which is green and white. Now, I'm not from Michigan, but I know enough that those two schools don't like each other. They're rivalries. That's like you walk around with a shirt, one half is White Sox and one half is Cubs. You don't do that. They're rival schools. And I tell them all the time, you can't do that. Like, where did you find that stupid shirt? They don't even like each other. But he's like, I'm Michigan. He's Michigan everything. It don't matter. It could be Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan. He's going to root for whoever. So he was happy. It did bad though. If he had it his way, it would have been Michigan versus Michigan State in the championship game, and he would have been happy with whoever won.
Okay.
So let's see. Just to speak a little bit more about Michigan. Michigan went 37-3 this past season with their with their 3 losses happening against Wisconsin, Duke, and Purdue. And Michigan, this is their first national championship since 1989.
Okay.
And became the first team to beat UConn in the Sweet 16 or later since Michigan State did it against UConn in a 09 Final Four.
Okay.
Shout out to them. Yeah. It was a great game. It was
it was a crazy game. I was surprised that Michigan pulled it off. I was surprised. I thought UConn was gonna do it. What about because I watched some of the female game. I watched the Southern.
Okay. So UCLA beat the crap out of South Carolina.
Yeah.
But you know what? The crazy thing about that is that happened when no one talked about no one talked about the championship game. So UCLA won 79-51. That was on Sunday, April 5th. So shout out to the ladies of UCLA for winning. I think that was their first championship.
Oh, really?
I believe so. Can you check me on that one, please?
Okay.
While I talk about something else. Yes, they blew them out, but no one was talking about that. Everybody was talking about the game that happened 2 nights before on April
Yep.
3rd when South Carolina beat Connecticut 62-48. Because at the end of that game, the coach for UConn, Geno, I'm going to butcher his last name. Geno got upset with Don Staley at the end of the game. Like, the game's not even technically, the game's not even over with. But they meet like kind of half court, and Geno is yelling at Don Staley, and then Don Staley's yelling back. And everybody's like, what is all this about? So they yelling, then Geno storm off the court. Don Staley, you know, she's still hot afterwards, of course, understandably. And as you're supposed to do after every game, then the rest of the team, shake hands, high fives, whatever, and tell them the game, blah blah blah. And then we get to a press conference, and they're like, Geno, what was that about? So apparently, and I feel like this is a little egregious. Apparently, there's supposed to be like 3 handshakes between the coaches. You have a pregame handshake. You have a handshake like right before the game start, and then you have a handshake after the game. So Staley and Geno, they did the handshake before the game. So then the second handshake, Geno went to half court for the second one. Staley never went half court to shake his hand. So by the end of the game, Geno was still hot about it. But the reason, I believe, the only reason why Geno was still hot about it is because his team had just lost that game because UConn beat them 62-48. If Geno had won that game, he wouldn't have been bitching about
exactly.
Not only
exactly. It felt very, very sore loser-ish.
Not only that, South Carolina and Don Staley, they ended Connecticut's.
Oh, they was undefeated right there.
54 game winning streak, I believe it was.
Oh yeah.
So on top of that, not only did they beat them to get to the championship game, but they also ended their streak. So I think that was another reason why it was high. So that's what that was about. And then Geno stormed off. So Geno didn't even do the third handshake. So then at the end of it, he kind of looks like a hypocrite because, like, okay, you mad at her because she didn't do the second one. Well, you didn't do the third one. So just call it even and call it a watch and move on. But I think, honestly, there be some type of rivalry between those two coaches. I mean, Geno had it back when Pat Summitt was the coach for Tennessee. She was a great coach for the Lady Vols, Pat Summitt, legendary coach. She was there was a point in time when Tennessee dominated women's basketball, and Geno came in, and then they became rivalries. So it's like the shifting of the guard. So Geno's been dominating women's basketball. Now Staley's coming in, and she's starting to do her thing as well. So it's a passing the guard, and so there's a little rivalry there. So that's it. Unfortunately, it took all the attention away from UCLA. Was it their first championship for the women? Okay.
So it's actually their second one.
Second?
Their first one was in 19. Yeah, their first one was in 1978. And then their second one is this year. So this is their second one that have trophy.
1978. Yes, technically, yes, it's their second one, but shit, that's a long time.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
What's the math on that one?
And it wasn't even the NCAA, it was the AIAW at that time. So
48 years. So
so
I guess that's why it's their first NCAA championship there, right? You said
technically their first NCAA championship, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, unfortunately they took the light and from them. So shout out to the women's of UCLA on getting their first NCAA championship, but their second national championship overall. Shout out to them. and a very convincing win. So,
very much so.
I want to give those ladies flowers.
Definitely. But speaking of taking out somebody's shine, Paramount Plus, aka Paramount Studios, got hacked. They got hacked, a big ass hack too. So Paramount got hacked, and we started to see clips of the Avatar movie, the animated Avatar movie. They went from having to be in an actual movie put on in theaters to them saying that they're just going to put it on Paramount Plus. Well, it got hacked, and the whole movie has ended up on X, TikTok, Twitter, all over the place. Yes, at first I seen a clip of it, and in the clip somebody wrote on it was like, this is not a real clip from that Avatar. This is AI made. And I was like, okay. And I'm watching it. I'm like, this is pretty good though. It looks pretty good. And then I seen another clip, and they was like, this is actually from the movie. And then I heard that they got hacked and the whole movie got released. Paramount has been trying to take them down as fast as possible, but it keeps getting uploaded and re-uploaded, and people downloaded and uploaded it. And somebody's put the full movie on X. I'm seeing TikToks now where people are showing you the full movie in like super speed. I mean, this is so bad for Paramount, but it's kind of their fault. If they would have kept this as a theater release, I don't think it would have got leaked like this. If they had kept it as a theater release, because people wanted it to be a theater release, I don't think it would have been leaked like this. Them playing around with the fans, talking to them like, "Hey, we were gonna make this a theater. Now we're just gonna make it on Paramount Plus." And it's an older Avatar. It's still Aang, but him as an older a person, more of an adult than a child anymore. The whole team is kind of grown up, and you get to catch back up with these familiar faces as they've aged up and become even more powerful. I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm trying my best not to watch the whole thing. I want to wait till it comes out, which is supposed to come out in October. I think they're going to speed that up now since it's been leaked out. But apparently somebody threw out a stat that they think about 10 million people have watched it, the whole movie so far, which, damn, that sucks. That sucks, but it's kind of bittersweet because Paramount have a good IP here, and they kept playing around with it, and people wanted it to be in the theaters, and now people get to see it on the cell phones, and that is not the way they wanted it to be released. I'm not saying it's right for them to hack it like that, but sometimes things work out for themselves. So that sucks for Paramount, because if they would have made this a theater release, I think it would have made a lot of money. People are saying it looks really good. Like, it's a really good story. It's really good animation. Like, they saying they did a really good job on this movie, to the point that people were like, yeah, you guys should put this in theaters. This could have been a really big hit for you in theaters, which sucks for them in that aspect of that. But man, the fact that your whole movie gets leaked and it's on TikToks and X and the whole thing, clips and parts of it, dang, that really does suck. For the Avatar fans, it's a little bit of relief for them, because they are like, look, we wanted this, and you guys did do a good job, but you guys didn't do right by us, so we're not gonna do right by y'all. I don't even know if I want to mention. I'm not gonna mention that. So that does suck. They're doing as many takedowns as they can, so if you do see it, download it before it gets taken down if you want to watch it. If not, it will be on Paramount Plus. I'm assuming in the next 2 months they're going to put it on there, because at this point, who are you saving it for? If 10 million people have already watched it, you might as well put it out to try to get those subscribers. That's your best bet now to damage control it. I don't know if there's going to be any legal ramifications for the person that hacked and leaked it.
For sure.
Some people say it was a hack. Some people say it was supposed to be emailed to someone and it got emailed to someone else that wasn't on the team and wasn't even working at that studio, and he put it out. So only time will tell. We'll probably get more information throughout the weeks of how this craziness happened, that this movie has got leaked like this. But I also watched the first two episodes of season 5 of The Boys. Yes, The Boys are back on Prime Video. I watched the first two episodes. There's an episode that came out today. I haven't watched that one, so I'm only one episode behind. The first episode is 15 inches of sheer dynamite, and the second episode is teen angst. Um, the boys are back. They're doing a thing. They're doing bloody thing. As you know, Huey, Frenchie, Mother's Milk got locked up in a what are they calling it? Homelander camp. So they're in this Homelander camp where all these other people that are starlighters are going against Homelander are being imprisoned in this camp, and they're being guarded by other super power individuals and um Vough's own little army people. Homelander has put that one guy in charge as a president, and he is in charge of him. Homelander is kind of the main guy now. The lady who was in like season 1 and 2, she was like, dang, what is her name? She's like the secretary or something like that. She's the vice president now. I'm gonna try to find her name. It's gonna bug me not to know her name. Ashley, I think her name is on the show, the character. Let's see. Do a quick search. I should have had this ready for you guys, but I didn't even think I was gonna talk about her, and then her name popped up in my head. Come on, just show me the cast right quick. Oh, you guys
While you do,
suck.
while you doing that, I'm just gonna say this. So I'm glad you talked about this because over the weekend I did see my ex people talking about something being leaked, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And then I saw something about it was like Soul Plane got leaked months before it came out, and then when it came out to
Oh
theaters,
yeah.
it flopped. But then, like when it went to DVD or tape, then it did well because and now it's a cult classic in our community. So
Yeah.
Avatar can. I mean, it may not make as much money as they thought since this leak, but it still can make money, make a decent
It
money.
could. I think they should make a run of putting it into theaters. I think they should make a run and putting it into theaters still.
Well,
Just to see what happens, because I think people will go support it in theaters.
yeah, especially with that
Because
movie,
they're
I
they're
feel
it's a huge fan base.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
I feel
they
like
have a
there
huge
are
fan
probably
base.
super fans who's like, I'm not watching it online. I'm gonna wait to
Yeah.
release. And even the people who saw it online, if they put it in movie theaters, they're like, well, I want to go to see if it's the same thing that I saw online that they put in the movie.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
it is it finished edited yet? I mean, what was put online, you don't know if that's the final product. Like, is there still
True.
some more things? Is there more stuff they're gonna add, take out? Yeah. So yeah, that's just how I
Um.
feel.
True. So I think her name is Ashley. She's the vice president now. And somehow she has a superpower of reading minds. It's weird. I don't remember her. I think she might have took some V by accident or something. But Homelander is still trying to be worshipped. He still has a whole complex of wanting to be loved by everybody. So he is doing his best to flush out all the Starlighter sympathizers and stuff like that, putting them in concentration camps, locking them up. He's trying to hunt down Starlight. Um, he's not having a great time with it, but he's also so such a psychopath and so selfish. He feels like no one can understand him because he's so powerful. But he doesn't understand why people are so scared of him. He's like, why are you still scared of me? It's like, because you're crazy, dude. You laser people if they say something wrong to him. He gets people around him and he has super hearing, so he can hear their heart beating fast as hell because they're scared he might kill him. The Deep is still scared of him. Um, but then we get Butcher coming back. Butcher's back, and he has pretty much got the virus that they were talking about using last season. He's perfected it. Now he just needs to test it on someone either as strong as or close to strong as Homelander to see that it works. But they still have a 0.6% chance of it infecting humans as well. So they want to test to see if it does either or. And Homelander puts out that he's going to kill Huey, Mother's Milk, and Frenchie in the camp in 3 days to try to draw out Butcher and Starlight. And it works. They make a plan to go break their friends out in jail. Starlight, as you know, has been kind of working with A Train, and she asks A Train for help. And A Train has look, I got people I need to take care of. He's basically keeping his family safe, his brother and his nephews. He's on the run with them. He's like, I would help you, but I need to make sure they're safe. And she's like, look, they're never gonna be safe, but I know what you mean. If that's your choice, I understand it. And we have this redemption arc for A Train where he has actually saved somebody. He saved Mother's Milk and he saved his brother. And his brother's like, look, this is the first time you've actually been a hero. And he's having this heart to heart talk with him. And he's like, I know you want to keep us safe, but you have to go be a hero. You have these powers to be a hero. And he, in a way, convinces him to go help the Starlighters. Of course, in the prison break, they were going to use A Train to get everybody out quick as possible, but now they had to go to a backup plan where they use Annie, and she was supposed to fly everybody out. Butcher is adamant to get Frenchie out first because Frenchie can make sure the virus is strong enough to kill Homelander, and that's all Butcher wants. He just wants to make sure he kills Homelander and even other soups. He doesn't care, but that is his main goal. And Annie has become more like Butcher. She is really sad that she's gotten so many people killed. The people she's been fighting with, they've been killed, and she feels it's all her fault, even though it's not her fault. It's a war that she's involved in, but it's not her fault. But she's at this point where she's okay with dying, so she doesn't care that this virus will pretty much infect all other superheroes because the virus has been made to where it's very contagious. So if it gets airborne, it's gonna go across the globe and it's gonna kill everybody with V in their blood. At least that's what they believe. When they go break out Huey and Mother's Milk and Fritchie, Homelander's sets a trap. He gets there, and in the process of them breaking in, he finds out that Butcher has this weird I don't know what that thing is he has in his chest that give him superpowers right now, and he got these tentacles. But Homelander's like, this is weird to see, but it's kind of interesting too. But you did this to beat me, and of course, as a psychopath and a what's the word when you're self-absorbed?
Narcissist.
Dang it, narcissist. That's the word. Because he's such a narcissist. He's like, I'm so happy you did this for me to beat me. This is so he is loving that, but he still wants to beat Butcher. He feels if he beat Butcher, that's another way to probably prop himself up and get to his ultimate goal of everybody loving him. And definitely want to take out Starlight because that's kind of his rebellion against him. In the midst of this fight, A Train comes to help. A Train does fight off Homelander, but Homelander is stronger than him, Everybody gets out but A Train. A Train and Homelander are speeding away while everybody's getting out. Kimiko gets ripped in half, but she can heal, so it's really interesting. They have this weird her and Frenchie kissing with half her body's gone. It's the boys. It's gruesome and crazy stuff. But Homelander's attacking A Train. A Train speeding away, and there's reminiscence to the first season, episode 1, where A Train blows through Huey's girlfriend. Some ladies walking out on the street, and A Train, instead of blowing through her and killing her, he maneuvers his body around her, loses his steps, and falls and spins on the ground, giving Homelander time to catch up to him. And A Train is doomed. Homelander eventually kills A Train, but in the midst of this, A Train goes, "Why was I ever scared of you? You're nothing. You're pathetic. There was no reason for me to be scared of you." And you have this redemption for A Train, but you do see him die. It sucks that he dies in the first episode, but it's last season of this boys, so I get they're gonna start killing lovable characters off. They did do a full turn with A Train where he was kind of evil because he's there, and then becoming a good guy and dying a good guy and a hero. So that was good to see. The second episode is all about the virus. They figured out the virus is fully intact. They need somebody to test it on. They're going to test it on this rock guy who is supposed to be almost invulnerable. So he's a good example of somebody closer to Homelander's power. Homelander is still reeling after A Train's death. It does affect him, but still in a narcissistic way. He's like, I gave you a chance to show you could be with us. Like, we were friends. And it was like, no, we weren't really friends. You were just a really strong guy, and I was on your team, basically. But in the midst of him wondering where he could have did different with A Train, he realizes, oh, it's just because I'm so strong and nobody is strong in me in this world, so I need somebody like that. And he unfreezes his father, Soldier Boy, who was in not Soldier Boy, or no, his name is Soldier Boy. He unfreezes his father and trying to talk to his father, and he's like, "Hey, if you go get Butcher, I'll bring you back into the 7 and make you number 2 and redo your whole stuff so you can be in the world." Because in the last season, everybody thought Soldier Boy was a Nazi for some reason. I forgot why, but Soldier Boy's like, "Fine, I'll go get Butcher because he did betray me and I want to kill him." And we have Sister Sage. Sister Sage is here, and she is basically commanding everybody after her thing with the cult, the Nokin, and in Gen V season 2. Homelander even said he dumped you, and now you're back with us. She's still kind of running things, but she's starting to lose a little bit of control here and there. But Soldier Boy eventually finds Butcher. We're going to use this virus to kill him, and he wants you to get killed by it so he doesn't have to worry about it. And Soldier Boy thinks he's invincible. He's like, this virus means nothing. They end up using the virus, and it does knock Soldier Boy in his ass. And it does look like it killed him, but in the end, he does get back up. His face is kind of deformed a little bit, so I think this virus does have some kind of toll on him. Homelander gets sad about the virus, but we also learn that the virus does not infect other humans. It only infects soups. So that's one thing about the virus they know is good. I'm gonna watch episode 3 after this, but so far this season is kicked off with a bang. There's been crazy kills. Homelander has lasered people. There was a guy who was like digging through. He digs through the earth. He's the worm. He digs through the earth, and all the earth shoots out his butt. Some crazy stuff. It's the boys. It's good stuff. But so far I'm in episode 2. 1 and 2 were really good. I can't wait for episode 3. Let us know down below. Are you upset about the leak with the Avatar adult movie, animated adult movie? Are you okay with it, or did you watch it? And are you watching The Boys? And are you excited for the first 2 episodes? How did you like them?
My thought is always who sits in a room and comes up with this stuff. You said,
I
buddy,
mean,
get
they say the
some.
comic book is like way worse. The comic book this is based off of, there's actually things in the comic book they don't put in the show because they think it is a little too far. Um, but the show is still really crazy.
All right, I don't know. That's why. Anyway, we sticking to basketball over here. First, I'm gonna talk about J. Cole. J. Cole had signed a contract to play in CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association, with
Mhm.
the Nanjing Monkey Kings. J. Cole committed to playing a few games for the Chinese team last year and we just recently followed through with it. This is the third time J. Cole has played in a professional sports league. He played with the Rwanda Patriots in the Basketball African League in 2021, and he played in the Canadian Elite Basketball League in 2022. But he was having issues with his visa, so he played one game. He didn't score. I think he was like 0 for 5, 0 for 7, something like that.
Okay.
So he played one game and came back home because he's having issues with his visa. So shout out to J.
Mm.
Cole, still living, even though he's a multi-platinum selling rapper, he's still living out his dreams. So shout out to J. Cole.
Yeah.
Now, uh, let's get to the NBA. So it's that time of year. It's playoff season. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, yesterday started the play-in tournament. I'm not even gonna hold you. I completely forgot all about it. And then I found out this morning that I missed some pretty good games last night. So last night, uh, Miami and Charlotte played. Um,
Mm.
Charlotte is the ninth seed and Miami is the 10th seed. So
Oh,
whoever,
okay.
so they're planning to get in the actual playoffs. The playoffs hasn't started yet. This is to get into the playoffs to pretty
Mm.
much get beat up in the first round by the number one seed. So Charlotte won last night 127 to 126 in overtime. It's a bit of controversy. So second quarter, LaMelo Ball was going to the basket. He fell. Bam Adebayo grabbed the ball, and then Bam Adebayo fell hard on his butt, and he got injured, and he was ruled out for the remainder of the game. So when I first saw the
Mm.
play, then I saw like this morning. Like I said, I missed the game completely. I saw this morning Eric Spoelstra, the coach from Miami, was like, LaMelo should have been kicked out the game. And then I was listening to the radio this morning, and it was like, yeah, that play LaMelo did was kind of a dirty play. I was like, I watched the play. It didn't look bad. So then
Yeah.
Twitter, and then I saw a still frame, and you could see LaMelo clearly grabs out of Bayou's foot.
Yeah, he pulled his foot. He 100% pulled his foot.
So I was like,
He
oh,
did get he did get fouled on that play. And LaMelo did get fouled on that play, and they didn't call that foul. So I know it was out of frustration. So I don't think he
meant to hurt.
intended to do that like that or to hurt him, but it was out of frustration. But yeah, he probably should have got kicked out of the game because that wasn't a basketball move.
Yeah, and that changes the game completely. Adebayo
Yeah,
out. That's Miami's best player.
yeah.
Yeah, at that point, Alabama had only played 11 minutes. He was had 6 points and 3 for 3 from the field. So if Bam is still in that game, maybe Miami wins, maybe they don't. It's hard to say because it was a 1 point game in overtime. So
True.
that turned out to be a huge play.
True.
Also, I want to shout out to Kobe White, former Chicago Bull. He hit a 3 at the end of regulation.
Oh
to
yeah, I
help
seen
Philly
that 3
into overtime. That was a tough shot.
That was a super tough shot. I was like, if he makes that, because it looked like he just had to throw it up because he was off balance, guy in his face. It was a tough shot.
Yeah. So shout out to Kobe White and the Charlotte Hornets. They are. Let's see. Charlotte won, so they will play the winner. No, they will play the loser of the 7-8 game, which was tonight, which just happened, which was Orlando versus Philly. Wait.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wait, this is wrong on here. I didn't think that's how that happened. Philly won 109-97. So now Charlotte will play Orlando. And then the winner of that game will. Hold on, give me 1 second. Where's my bracket? So the winner of that game will play. Wait. Yes, the winner of that game will play Detroit in the first round because they'll be the 8th seed. And I think that's correct.
Okay.
On the East. Just right. 9, 10. Oh shit. All right. Anyway. And then the other game last night was Portland versus Phoenix. Portland won 114-110, which was another good game. What's that kid name for Portland? He had 41, 12, and 7. What is that kid's name? His name is Denny. Yeah, he had 41 points, 7 rebounds, and 12 assists.
Damn, 41 points? Damn.
He's technically like a forward, but he's been playing guard because all of Portland's guards got injured. So he's been handling the ball. Like he went off, he went crazy. I was a little disappointed. And Devin Booker, I mean, he had 20, 6 for 10 for field, but no, correction. Devin Booker had 22, 7 for 17 from the field, 8 for 13 for free throws, and 0 for 2 for 3-point line. He's like Phoenix star player.
KD not on that team no more, right?
KD is in Houston.
He went to the Rockets, right?
Yeah.
Oh, in Houston. Yeah, he went to the Rockets. Okay.
So, yeah, he didn't have a great game, but Jalen Green had 35, but he was 14 for 29. So I've heard that Portland
That's a lot of shots.
I've heard Portland has been pretty good this season, but I didn't realize that they were this decent. So shout out to Portland.
Okay.
They won. So now let's go back to my bracket. Okay, so since Portland won, the Portland was the 8th seed. Phoenix was the 7th seed. So now Portland will play the Spurs because now they are the 7th seed. So they play Spurs was number 2. And since Philly won the Orlando, which was the 7th AC, Philly will play the Celtics. So Philly would be the 7th seed, and Celtics is the 2 seed. So whoever wins, I got it now. I know I was confused earlier, but I got it now. So the winner of the Magic Hornets game will play Detroit in the first round for the playoffs.
Okay.
Got it. And then right now, you got Golden State and the Clippers playing. Golden State is the 10th seed, and the Clippers are the 9th seed. So whoever wins between the Clippers and the Warriors will play Phoenix to be the 8th seed, who will then play OKC in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay.
Which OKC will probably win in a sweep, regardless. Doesn't matter who they play. They're going to beat whoever. There we go.
Is they playing that good? Because that's who they got. Because they got that kid from Philly that was painting his nails and doing TikToks.
Yes.
And he been playing crazy like daily.
When I saw the trade, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would Philly do that? They're like, they just added firepower to OKC. Now OKC has another young kid who can score. And he's fitting in well with OKC because now OKC, they're all about team and togetherness.
Yeah.
So now they helping this guy record his TikTok. So he's fitting in perfectly.
Like, what is we doing? Like, Philly, you had a player. You had a player that y'all could go, hey, let's build around this. Because what's the name? That tall dude ain't going to be there that much longer.
He's always injured. He's always hurt.
Start building around somebody else.
Yeah, man. So let me go a little bit more through these playoffs. So, like I said, Detroit will play the winner of the Magic Hornets game in the first round. You got Cleveland versus Toronto. That's the 4-5 matchup. I'm gonna take Cleveland. Who would you pick, Cleveland or Toronto?
I'll say Cleveland because what's the name is on Cleveland?
Donovan Mitchell,
45. Yeah,
and James Harden too.
He is. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take Cleveland, and then you got the Knicks, number 3 Knicks versus number 6 Hawks. The Knicks should. I'm gonna take the Knicks. I feel like Hawks are up and coming.
Who do the Hawks have?
They have a kid that's actually.
They just got Trey, right?
No, Trey is in Washington. They got.
He got traded. Oh,
yeah. Actually, Atlanta. They have a kid that played out in some prairie. Jalen Johnson. He's on the team. He's pretty good. He made the All-Star team this year. He's actually their leading scorer. Oh damn, he's leading them at points, rebounds, and assists. Shout out to Jalen Johnson.
He's doing his thing.
They got Kaminga game time decision. Oh, they got a lot of people that's a game time decision. So Atlanta, you have CJ McCollum, Jonathan Kaminga, Dyson Daniels, who's another young guy up in kid coming up. Gabe Vincent, where you traded there? So yeah, Atlanta, they got some young talent, but
okay,
I think Knicks should win this because Atlanta has an answer for Cat, and Jalen Brunson will do his thing. He's averaging 20 points. And I just think New York has a better team, a deeper team, more players. So I think the Knicks should win.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the Celtics and Philly. I think Celtics should win that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they got Tatum's back.
Jaden Brown is good ball, and he probably should be in the conversation for the MVP. I think Celtics should win. Western Conference. Let's see. Waiting for the Thunder to see who wins tonight. It doesn't matter. I think the Thunder should win. Then you have the Lakers versus the Rockets 4-5 matchup. So Luka's out.
Luka's out. LeBron's out.
Austin Reeves is out with a.
Austin Reeves is out.
I heard something about LeBron has been out. Not really buying it. think it's just using it as a cop out just in case they lose. They're like, oh, LeBron.
I
But then,
mean, who does the
but I'm
Rockets
also
have besides KD?
hold on, one more thing. Also, I've seen the craziest thing, Kendrick Perkins saying that if the Lakers beat Houston in the first round, then LeBron will be officially be the GOAT. So now we watered it down to first round, not raise a first round. Okay, whatever, man. You do you. You do you. That's your opinion. You do you. Rockets, who they have? They have Kevin Durant. They have Shangoon, Amin Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr. They have some young players. A lot of young players with talent. The KD
Don't they
brings.
got one of them twins?
Yeah, Amin Thompson. So one
Okay,
plays in
man,
Houston,
top.
and the
Okay,
other one plays in Detroit.
okay,
Yes, I think Houston should win this with no Austin Reeves and no Luka Doncic.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, if the Rockets somehow loses, is to be the biggest collapse, and they're gonna talk about KD so bad if they lose this.
Man, if KD loses this, I think this would be worse than his 3-1 lead to lose. It's gonna be worse than that. Ooh,
Yeah,
that was bad.
and what I think is probably gonna be the most decided matchup of the first round. Yeah, number 3 Nuggets versus number 6 Timberwolves. Now I'm trying to pick this. So I'm a huge Anthony Edwards fan. I love his
Mm-hmm.
game, love his swag on the court. So I want to pick Minnesota just because I like Anthony Edwards. And then I remember Minnesota, like, Ant really doesn't have any help. I don't like the way Julius
Yeah,
Randle plays basketball. It's not consistent. Then Chinzo shows up sometimes. And then you got the big goofy, as I call him, Gobert, who's Jokic is going to
yeah,
put him
he's just
aside.
wild.
So I want Minnesota to win this, but Denver probably will win this. So I
Yeah,
would love to
Denver
see
just I
Minnesota.
think got too many weapons though. Denver's
Yeah,
got too many weapons.
they got
Jokic is a mastermind in playing.
I think was it last year that Minnesota eliminated Denver? Was it last year or the year
Did
before?
they?
I believe so. Because Ant is that dude, man.
Okay.
Don't sleep on Ant. And then
True.
you got Portland, number 7 Portland go against number 2 Spurs. I expect for this to be pretty easy for San Antonio um, to beat Portland. Wimby, yes, Castle. They got Spurs has a lot of young talent. I would love to see the Oklahoma versus San Antonio in the Western Conference Finals. I hope that happens, even though that means my man Anthony Edwards will get eliminated at some point. But I would love to see Oklahoma and San Antonio in the Western Conference Finals. So I feel like those two teams will be rivals for years to come because they both have young talent, superstars
Mm-hmm.
on each team, and they're going to be battling for years to come. So that's my prediction on me. Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, I don't know. I'll say Boston for the Eastern Conference Finals. I'll say Boston. See, because Boston would have to beat them, then I have to beat the Knicks. Oh man, I don't know. Boston versus I don't know.
Did
Cleveland. I'm gonna say
did
Cleveland. I don't know though.
OKC won last year? Did they win the year before that?
No.
So they could three-peat right now, right?
No, no, no.
No, Boston won. Okay, Boston won.
Boston, it was OKC last year. The year before it was Boston.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm gonna have to lock in. Playoffs officially start April 18th.
Man, I'm trying to get you to start watching it on
So, no,
do
Saturday.
TikTok lives and watch the game at the same time. One of my cousin does that. He watches the game on TikTok live while he's watching it and be talking to people. You need to be doing that. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to work on that.
I don't have time, especially not this weekend. No, because I gotta work. I got work, and the playoffs
Oh,
start this
okay.
weekend at noon. So
Maybe when we get closer to like the last rounds, we'll try to do something like that.
yeah, we'll
One of
see.
these days.
Gotta be having a busy
I
schedule.
got
I got
I
other
gotta
stuff.
figure out that technology too.
But yes, so yeah, the playoffs officially start this Saturday. First game, 12 noon, Cleveland versus Toronto at noon, followed by Denver and Minnesota at 2:30. Right? Nope. I might be able to catch the second half of that game. And then Knicks Hawks at 5. All on Prime Video. I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
Oh, is it all on Prime Video?
Well, those the games on Saturday, but the games will be on Prime Video, ABC, and NBC.
Okay. Okay.
Which
Yeah,
you know,
Prime really went after NBA. They really went after NBA.
yeah,
They
but
get a lot of NBA games.
last night game they had like a minute or two where they just the feed went out. That was
Oh,
the Charlotte
really?
Miami game. Yeah, in
Okay.
the closing seconds of the game, like the feed
Oh,
didn't.
you can't be doing that.
Yeah,
You can't be doing that.
yeah.
I'm surprised Netflix hasn't got. Well, they done spend a whole bunch of money, but I'm surprised they haven't got more NBA games.
Well,
Um.
I, I mean, we've already been talking a long time. I had another that kind of segues into something else, but you have another topic, so I won't go into that right now.
Well, we'll save that for next time. Um. But speaking of next topics, Invincible. I watched the last two episodes, episodes 6 and 7. So the episodes right before the season finale is coming out. Episode 6 was "You Look Horrible." In that episode, you have Mark, Nolan, and Oliver on this planet after Mark fought Conquest and got his guts all ripped out. These three are on this planet and they're trying to let Mark heal. And this is a lot of father son time for Nolan and Oliver. It starts out rocky where Oliver's like, I'm not talking to you. You didn't come to see me. You don't want me here, blah, blah, this. And Nolan trying to figure out how to speak to his son. This is a very much changed Nolan. He is seeing the appreciation of his sons, and this is being his family from not being Viltrum, but him. These are being his kids, and having a connection with his kids, and wanting to be a father to his kids. It is a great father son episode of them trying to connect and learning to connect with each other. Um, Nolan is having a rocky time, but he eventually figures it out. Oliver tells him, like, I know how to fight, and Nolan fights with him. He teaches him how to fight, and they're growing a bond. All while Mark is trying to heal. There was a few complications with his healing. He wasn't getting enough protein, but they found a bug that gave him protein. So they're good. In the process of this, uh um what's his name? Dang it, I forgot what his name is. um what is his name? Hold on, I gotta try to figure out this dude's name. What is his name? Of course they're not gonna show me his name. uh uh so what is so Alan Alien eventually is still stuck with Tech Jacket on the Vitramites ship, and but they find out that uh what is that guy's name? the general for the planet invasion has decided to start the war against Thrag and the Viltrumites. Um, what is his name? Thaddeus? Dadas? I'm pronouncing that word. The Dadas. I'm pronouncing his name weird. Thaddeus has decided to start the war. So they're in war. In the process of that, he attacks one planet, and Venture might send that ship that Alan and Tech Jacket is on to go help fight. So it gives them a chance to escape the ship and get on their side of the line. And in the process of that escape, they get found out. The Vitramites go after them, and that's where we see the space racer use his gun and blast one of the Vitramites and kill them. And they see the power of this gun. The Alan does get onto the terraform planet, and they are really setting up to start to fight the Vitramites, and they're fighting them this whole time. Mark takes about 3 to 4 months to heal. He does finally heal, and he gets up and goes down to what is that dude's name? Dang it, I'm blanking on people's name because it's late and I'm still kind of sick. Uh, what is his name? Hold on, I gotta remember his name. Throd. Is it Throd? Yeah, Thrad. Not him. Who's the big guy? Oh, this is terrible podcasting, guys. Remember people's name. It's important. Um,
We
what is
both
his name?
this tonight.
I know his name. What is his name? It's very irritating. Conquest. Dang, that's his name. So Mark went down to see Conquest graves that his dad built for him. Um, and he was worried that Conquest he didn't realize he won. He was worried Conquest came back and beat everybody, killed everybody. He's like, I'm glad he's dead. And Nolan, Mark, and Oliver eventually flies back to Thaddeus planet to link up with the guys. And on that planet, Thrag got tired of them taking over some of Venturemites areas, so they decided to attack them directly. And this where the spy come in handy. Everybody figured there was a spy. They just didn't know who it was. Even the planet, the coalition planet knew there was a spy, but they just didn't know who it was. A lot of people theorized it was the Alan's girlfriend. It turns out to be one of those weird twins on that planet that were letting people in. The fat one. He was like, "Look, I know the Vitramites is gonna win. I just didn't want to get killed, so I let the shields down and let the Vitramites on. And when the Vitramites came, they wrecked shop on that planet. They did everything, but uh Invincible came, Nolan, Oliver came, Thanos came and was fighting, and they fought off the Vitramites. And this is where people was like, Thrag is a fraud. They were like, Thrag was not, he didn't go fight like he should have because he was protecting the skull of his late leader, the Grand Regent that died before him. He protected the skull and flew away instead of fighting there. And there was all this Thrag's a fraud. He's not this strong guy y'all been talking about. It was a whole bunch of talk about Thrag into that. And then at the end of that episode, I wish I knew his name and pronounced it right. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Because this is upsetting me. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Hold on, let me hear it.
Thrag has retreated to Viltrum with all our intelligence. This is since the assassinate be easy, but together.
How you say his name?
The
I didn't say his name. I was trying to get his name, but they didn't say his name. Uh, so this guy Thaddeus, who's the betrayer for the Viltrumites that created the Scourge virus, he was like, "Hey, we have a chance to beat Thrad. We need to go to Viltrum and fight him on his own turf. He only has a few Viltrumites with him. We can beat him together. Alone, he can beat us, but all together, he can't beat us." And boy, was this guy wrong. Thrad's a beast. He was so wrong. Also, in episode 7, it's a don't do nothing rash. They did something rash. They went to this man's home planet and thought they was gonna beat Throg. Throg is a beast. He's stronger, faster than any Inventromite there. He's the strongest of them all. He's a beast. He knew they were coming, so he set up an ambush from right outside of Viltrum, had them floating there. And if you know about Viltrum, they have this ring around Viltrum, which are all the Viltrumites that died during the Scourge virus. They put them out there like that to remember their weakness every time they leave the planet and come back. So as Thaddeus, I'm just calling him Thaddeus because that's the name I can remember right now. I know that's probably not his name. Shut up. Thaddeus, Alan the Alien, Nolan, Invincible, Oliver, Tech Jackets, Racer, Alan the Alien. I said his name. They are, as they're getting there, they see Thrad standing there like a beast, just waiting for them. And the other Ventrumites are in with the dead Ventrumites hiding, and then they pop up and they're like, "Oh, they knew we were coming. They knew this plan." And then Thaddeus is like, "It doesn't matter. We just need to kill Throg. That's the only thing that's important." So in this fight, Throg is just standing there, not touching anybody. They have all these weapons against the Ventrumites. They have the bug stuff that weakens them, which they use. And Alan went to town on a couple of Ventrumites and killed them. And then they had those the dinosaurs that the Viltrumites are weak against. They use those. But then they also have the Space Racer. His gun blew people away. But there was a moment where Throg and Nolan fight, and Throg punches Nolan and makes him, he hits him while they're above Viltrum and hits him so hard he pushes him down to Viltrum like a asteroid crashing into Earth. That's how hard he hit this man into Viltrum, made a giant crater. And then Throg went down to talk to Nolan, and he's telling Nolan, "Hey, come back home. This is where you belong. You're one of the strongest Viltrumites. This is where you belong. We'll forgive everything you've done, and you take your place here and let us and help us stay commanding of the universe, because the universe is ours." That's their little motto. That's their whole thing. The universe is theirs. They're controller of the universes. And Nolan's like, "No, you guys need to be stopped. We need to be stopped. We are creating genocide throughout the universe. We don't need to do that." He's like, "Well, you're working with Thaddeus, who started genocide against his own people." He was like, "Yes, because you were doing it to other people and you needed to be stopped." He's like, "So you'll work with the betrayer? What do you think he's going to do after he kills us? Don't you think he's going to come for your sons?" And he was like, Nolan was like, "No, he ain't coming for my sons. I'm not going to let that happen." And the Thag, they need to give these guys different names. The Thag was like, he was like, "Look, you can either come back to me or I'll give you a death." And Nolan was like, "Nah, I'm not coming back." Thrag did this wind up punch that literally sucked so much wind up, it looked like he had like a big old wind bust on his hand, and then he hit Nolan. Mind you, when he winded up, he created his own, like, what is that, orbit to a state that pulled Nolan towards him before he even hit him. He was so strong when he pulled Nolan towards him. Nolan couldn't stop him from being pulled towards him. And then he hit him like a rocket into space. He hit this man so hard, he shot up into space with flames. Thrag is a beast. He is so much stronger than him, so much faster than him. He's on another level of a Viltrumite. I don't think any Viltrumite is on his level. I don't understand how they're going to beat him unless the Scourge viruses slow him down. There's no way they're going to beat him. No way. But then Nolan comes up with this idea where he is going to do the whole Viltrumite destroy a planet thing, where they take 3 Viltrumites and shoot down to a planet. But to make it easier for him to destroy Viltrum, he tells Space Racer to shoot his laser into Viltrum, and they follow that down. And before Thrag could stop them, it hits the planet and they destroy Viltrum. Like, they destroy Viltrum, and they fucked up because that made Thrag go crazy. Thrag shot past Nolan and Mark and ripped Thaddeus's head off in one move. It was devastatingly, and just, oh my God, this man was not playing. After that, he was like, you destroyed my world. Everybody dies. Thrag went on a killing spree. Well, he almost won it. He killed Thaddeus with ease. Then he went to start beating on Nolan, and then he's beating on Mark, and he beat on Oliver. He ripped Oliver's arm off and punched him in the face. Oliver went down real fast. He was like, you're not even a Viltrumite. You're a mutt. He was like, you're nothing. And Mark is fighting. He's like, Dad, how are we going to beat him? And you see Nolan turn to Mark and is about to tell him, like, we're not going to win this. And before he gets that out, Thrag comes up and starts beating the shit out of Nolan. Thrag beats Nolan, and he's floating with his guts. He does the whole Viltrumite shoot through his chest. His guts is hanging out. Nolan's about to die. Then Thrag takes Mark and is punching his eyes out, but then he stops and he gathers the rest of the Viltrumites and he just says no. And then they leave. So he leaves Mark and Nolan there in space. They end up getting picked by the planets, the United Planets, and get healed. It takes them like 2 months to heal. But the Viltrumites have been gone. The planet's been searching for the Viltrumites and they can't find them. And that's when you see Mark go, oh shit, he went to Earth. Because he sees how strong Mark is, and he realized humans might be an acceptable candidate for Viltrumite babies. So now it's one more episode for the end of this season. Episode 8 comes out next week, and it is gonna be crazy. The animation was really good in this episode. Really good. Top notch. This is where they put their money for their animation on this last episode 7. I am loving this series. This is hands down top show of the season. It's the best show of the season so far for me. The boys just started, so it could top it. But right now, the one to beat is Invincible. This show firing on all cylinders. Even with the bad animation, the story is really good. And I guess they're keeping it really close to the comic book. They've only changed a few things, like Tech Jacket and a couple other characters. They switched like 2 or 3 characters from male to female. But so far, it's great. 100%. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Are you digging Invincible right now? How'd you feel about the last 2 episodes? And what do you think about the season finale coming up? Are you excited for it? Best show right now for me. But yeah, that's the podcast. Marcus, go ahead and sign us out so I can go take some more medicine.
Hey, if you stayed with us this long, we appreciate it. It's a long
It's a
episode.
long one.
So hit the like and subscribe button. Share with family, friends. Share on your social media. Voicemail. You can call, leave us a voicemail. We'll try to answer it as long as it's nothing too crazy. Hit the link in the description with all the socials. You mainly like. I feel like we get a lot of traffic on TikTok. So I know I got a question about TikTok.
I gotta start making more clips. I haven't been making clips. I gotta make more clips.
Like I'll be responding in a comment sometimes in the on the TikToks, and then I go back and I notice what I wrote has disappeared, and the comment I respond to will still be there. I'm like, what's up with that?
Really?
I didn't even say anything crazy. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like I said, I don't be on.
Well, they under new management, so I don't know. They might be doing some weird stuff. They under new management.
I didn't even say nothing crazy though. I was like, I didn't curse. I didn't say nothing crazy. I thought I was very mild mannered with that comment, but so be it. Whatever. Yeah. Catch us next week. Long as we feeling healthy, we'll be here. So have a good weekend. We'll see y'all. We'll see you when you see you. Peace.
Yep. Peace.